All right, man. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Just sitting here looking at some of the metals and stuff, and noticing that silver's all the way up there at $59, dude. It is still climbing. So right now we've did our pullbacks, and it's hitting the pink lines a few times here on the one, and of course almost had the 5 minute there. What it looks like it's doing right now is just getting prepped up and ready for some more upsides. So if you are holding silver or buying silver and stuff, I'm looking for some more upsides coming, so get ready for that. But let's go ahead and get over here to Bitcoin and start breaking it down. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, had a great week. We've been doing pretty much exactly what we've been calling out, is that market's going to continue on the downside throughout this week, and it's prepping itself for basically a slingshot move up, hopefully by the end of this week here, when we close out that daily candle tomorrow for Sunday. As we see, we've already pulled down right here. We're getting ready for that next pump to the upside. Um, Bitcoin's pretty much already setting into the position. XRP is about ready to tap it as well. I think we got a little bit more downside for today, and then tomorrow we'll start to be pushing back up either during the day or after that new candle. So be watching for that. So let's look at Bitcoin here, see if we got some order blocks, which is that one right in there? Not much of one, but there is one there on the daily. So we'll go ahead and start with that one. All right, so 94. Oops. Then 90. All right, those are set correctly there. So we got basically set it up here. And this way we'll be able to see it on the chart immediately and know exactly what our targets are. And something I like to start doing here lately is adding what time frame that I put it on, so that way we know. And of course, don't forget, lock it down so it doesn't move. All right, so that's what we got for an upside, is pushing up to that 90,000 to 94,000 area on the daily for Bitcoin. That would get us up here to the red again, but with the way it's been pushed up and pulled down again here, what we've done is we come up above our green, we came back down. We come up above the red here and come down. So next, I'm anticipating we're going to be coming up to the orange line up there, so around that 97,000. But we could see another pull up and touch, pull back down a little bit before we do see that push back up, because there is that order block right there. It's not that much of one, but there is still one there. So inside that order block, you could wind up seeing it possibly up to the red line there at the 92,722. Right here on the bottom side, we have our order block. On the 4 hour, that has not been mitigated. So we'll go ahead and get that one locked in. And 84, 45, 77. I know this is not always the most exciting thing, sitting here and watching stuff like this, but it gets to let you watch it in real time to see exactly what I'm doing. And maybe it'll help you be able to read these charts a little bit better. one of these days I'm going to put my glasses on when I do this so I can see things a little bit better and faster. Okay, so we got that one in there. Did forget to add at the end here that this was a 4-hour. That's where this one was located. And then, of course, we'll lock that in there. So we can see that push up, touching the order block here, which is even a possibility here to be done on the actual 4-hour chart. Because here on the 4-hour, that right there would be the candle, that would be the top of it. So you're looking at right there. We'll draw a line right there. So, so we could pull up to there and then possibly push back down. That would give you a 4-hour reset above the red line, and then a push down, and then you have this order block here that could be filled for the push back up. That right there could give us what we're looking for on the XRP side of it as well. Let me see. I need to find something here. Oops. Oh, I bet you it's right over here. That's where it's at. There we go. Never mind. I found it. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's what we got on Bitcoin right here. Is we may see it pull back up to the 4-hour setup there. Right up on here around that 92,290. And it actually don't even have to be that far up. But as soon as we tap into it right in here, push back down on another 4-hour candle. So a little upside, a little downside for Bitcoin. I'm looking at. We come down, hit this one, so you can look at an entry here. If you was going to place your orders for this order block, what you'd want to do is you're going to get in at that 85,539 with a stop loss at that $84,045. So if it breaks down below it, that order block's been destroyed, it's been validated, and it's no longer any good. And you'd then want to look at any kind of lower order blocks that we still have lined up on there as well. XRP, looking at it again on the weekly, we have a little bit more to go. We had the order block that was created here. Let's see that we're actually in, but yeah, it's in slingshot mode. There we go. Daily, that's where I was looking at. So we have the order block that we're in. I'm still looking for another push on down to our pink line for the daily, because on all the other time frames that's done that. Sorry about that. So we got a little bit more of a push down. I'm still looking for this other order block. We could still see from here, see us push back up to hit this 214 on the daily and then back down. So if Bitcoin does push back up on that 4-hour, that could get us up back up to 214. But as it sits for the daily, we've already started to push down. I'm looking for another push to the downside here, breaking through the bottom of that $2 either today or tonight when we close this candle, going into Sunday, to push down into the next order block. So I do have a order set at, I think I set it at $1.90 or $1.91, something like that. And then I got the stop loss is actually going to be sitting down here at the bottom of the order block, which is $1.88. And if that one knocks me out, then I'm looking at another entry for the next order block here. So that would be the $1.87 down to that $1.82 with a stop loss on that. So that's what I've already got set up. That's what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm waiting for. But yeah, let's see what else we got here. Let's break it down, see if we got anything on the smaller time frames we can see. So we do see that inside that 214, we do have another little better entry on the order block right here, and that's going to be up at that $2.18. At 218 up to the 221. So if we do pop into this order block, you can see it touch and then pull back down, and that would get you taken care of for the daily mitigation on it. But the 4 hour still has that order block right there. So we push into the daily and up to there, then that means we would tap and clear and validate that entire order block. But just like we called before when we came up, we had this order block here. Look, we've come back down and we've hit it. So that's where we can actually see us push back up a little bit here into the green reset. Two-hour time frame shows we came up into the green. It does look like we want to take and push up to the red line there into the 205. Starting to work on a reset. 2 hours already got the visual showing us that it wants to go up. 4 hours shows that we still need to go down just a little bit more. 1 hour is already ready to start pushing up. $15 has been screaming that it wants to go up, but the higher time frames has been pushing it down. Okay. That's the first time I'm looking at the charts on this one, so we're kind of looking at this together. So here we've got all of our yellow, blue, and pink lines are starting to squeeze together, so we're getting that squeeze. So there's where it's wanting to push up. We've already tapped the pink lines multiple times here. 5 minute would be the next one that we would look at. So 205, just like I was just talking about on the higher time frame there. Seeing at 205, so that would be a pink line touch on it. And what it's doing is we're squeezing here too. So we're getting ready for this stuff to start to flip from bearish settings to the bullish settings. Yeah, this one's trying to squeeze itself as well on the 15 minutes. So that helps me confirm that we are on that slingshot positioning for the weekly and is getting ready for the push back up. There's your 214 on the pink line there. And yeah, 214. So there's plenty of time frames that's confirming the 214. You got the yellow line for the 214, so that'd be the first hit before it, wants to reject from it, come back down, and come back up on the higher time frames. Yeah. All right, so we're going to wind up seeing a push up to that about 205 is a possibility of what we're looking at right there, but we're going to have to, after we come up and we hit that, we're going to see another pullback down. That's what we're looking at for XRP. With Ethereum's already pulled up. on the daily there. 4 hour shows that we're going to push up some more on Ethereum. You're looking at an order block over here. So Ethereum, you're looking at a push up of $3,085 up to that $3,157. And then you're going to see a lower order block down here. And that one's going to be the $2,757 down to the $2,719. So that would be the look right there for Ethereum. Push up, tap this order block, pull back, hit this order block, and then go some more. So that would be the perfect spot, especially for the visual here on the 4 hour. 2 hour also confirms. We got to come up above the red to reset for the push into the downside on the 2 hour. 1 hour. Yep. So we already come up here. It's fixing to have a green cross the red, which is going to help to pull this up above the red to touch this order block and pull back down. So if I was playing that, I would play the short off of the order block. Again, probably you can see it up there at 3,087 would be a good little spot. Pulls it up above the red there. Yeah, 1 hour is already confirming on the visual that we're on the upside. So even though we got to go up on the lower time frames, you'll see us pulling back down, touching the greens and the reds as we're going up. So that's where you're going to see your upwards momentum. That's why we got the green is above the red here, and it does the little pullbacks. So we are on an uptrend on the lower time frames, but on the higher time frames, it's still a downtrend. We just got to pull back up for the higher time frame to have its reset to push back down. As you can see here, lower time frame, we're in bullish positioning. And this one's getting ready for a flip too. So you're coming up to the 5-minute pink line at the 3,080, which was about where I was talking about for the other one there. Where was that at? 1 hour or 2 hour? It was 2 hour. Talking about right in there. Yeah, the 3,088. And you got 3,080 for the pink line. So I mean, yeah, you're looking at a 5-minute pink line, which is going to take and reset it for the 2 hour and stuff like that. So, yeah. And that clears out your 15-minute upside there. And leaves all the lower time frames here where the pink lines will be down below. So, come up, hit that area, that little order block area, pull back down. But that's the update. It's a little wild this morning. I didn't get a chance to actually kind of look over everything. Had a bunch of stuff going on, but that's the update on there. So if you have more questions, you want to feel like you want to get the breakdowns, you want to get the updates, you want to understand it better, I am doing a class and stuff that I'm going to be starting. I've got just about all the document stuff together, so we're going to be starting doing that. And then maybe next time I'll get my glasses so I can be able to see this a little bit better on the go so quickly. But that is it for this live, and we'll see you in the next one.